Hey y'all, ooh, what a Monday. Thank goodness for a little cloud cover. Boy, it would be cold, wouldn't it? Yeah, those summer days in July, 14-hour days, sure make you forget about the little 10-hour days in November. Shoot, we're still a month and a half off from the shortest day of the year. I don't know if we can spare much more daylight in the evening. Ran a little low on chicken food, and of course, supposed to freeze tomorrow. I've got work cut out ahead of me for the next couple of days, protecting this lake garden and these chickens. But pretty under the weather this morning. Been holed up trying to stay warm this morning and this afternoon, but I guess I'm reminded that the chickens won't wait. They got to eat regardless. Of course, memories of this place in the wintertime is always fun. This year it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a lot of work behind it. So I guess my mettle will get tested as we get deeper into winter and the freezes and all that comes along. I'll tell you though, mad respect already looking ahead to the work that lays ahead. I was raised in and around the farm, but not necessarily on it. I know a lot of y'all grew up, if you had any cattle or livestock, had to get out there and break that ice on the water. And I've done that a few times, but we'll be doing that with some of these chickens. I've got them set up with some warming lamps. They ain't got good sense to find them yet, but I bet you that freeze tomorrow will help that out pretty quick, won't it? But they're all doing good. We did have a loss yesterday. Walked out here, and of course we didn't name but a couple of these chickens when we first got them. They were, I guess, leftover rescues of sorts, and they've grown quite nicely. Lost a few early on, but we had you hungry, ain't you? Pecking at my boot. We got Al, and he's molting. He looks a little sparse on his feathers there. And then we had another one we called Peg. She had kind of a deformed leg, but wasn't in any pain, and she outlasted a bunch of them. And of course, I tried to coddle her a little bit and help her along because she couldn't get around that good, but she was healthy. But found her dead yesterday in the chicken coop. Don't know what caused it. Wasn't aggressive or anything like that, but just her time to go. But she got another 6-7 months out of life that she wouldn't have had, so we have to be happy in that. But I got we're switching over to some crumbles instead of pellets because these babies are big enough to where they can eat the adult food, but it'll make it easier for them to digest. But tomorrow holds the test. I've got turnip and mustard greens and even a few late tomatoes. I expect to lose them, but we'll cover them up and see. They tell me the lettuce I've got growing, if it freezes, if you let it alone, if it's not a hard freeze, and it won't be tomorrow night, but even if the leaves crystallize a little bit, the sun will thaw them out fine, and they'll grow right along. So just don't touch them. But anyway, been a decent week. I'm a little under the weather, so may not be on here much this week. Had to miss work today, but these chickens, they don't care if you're sick or not. You better come look. Al's about to jump up on me. Boy, you better get back. We're gonna have a problem. Yeah, they're hungry. I need to get them fed before it gets dark. But let me roll through hey, stop it, Al. Boy, we're about to play kicking chickens here in a minute. Let me do a roll call if Al will let me real quick. You gotta watch these roosters. Easy there, Chief. Me and him gonna have to tie up, I believe. Let's see what we got on here this evening. There's Alicia. How are you, ma'am? There's Kathy. What's going on, Tony? Good buddy Tony Ramey. Y'all need to go check out last night. He does a live show talking about his new upcoming album over on his page, Tony Ramey. Speaking of connections, I was going to mention my good buddy Shane Greenville down in Laredo, Dehanis area. He's got a big game ranch down there, a lot of pretty deer. He's invited me and Jordan to come down there and help him cull a few. Says he's got too many 12-pointers on the place. Throw me in the briar patch, huh? But we'll see about that. But this little old fancy jacket he gave me, it's pretty. But it ain't cutting that cold too well, Shane. I know you're loving this weather for that deer hunting, but it ain't good for feeding chickens that are chasing you everywhere. Oh goodness. There's Pamela and Kathy. I got to keep moving, y'all. They're on me. Let's see here. Yeah, the greens are gonna be good. Winter has arrived. There's Stacy. Yeah, I understand that. Stacy, I'm trying to read y'all. I'm sorry, Teresa and Patty and Stacy. Oh, was that you that honked? Well, be careful on that road. That's another thing, y'all. Us Texans ain't the best at this icy stuff, and it probably won't get icy, but be aware on the road in the morning. It's probably gonna be a little rough, and just watch your step, watch your travels. Got some good friends from all over in a service project happening this weekend up in north central Texas around Waxahachie. Labor of Love. I've talked about them in the past. Worked with them. Good group of folks that pool their money together and just help out. And they've identified a veteran, an older veteran up there that really is in need of assistance, and they're converging on that this weekend. I don't know that I'm going to be able to go, but it would be good to catch up with all the good hearts and friends with the Labor of Love project. But, I know some of them tune in from time to time, but it's all about just kind of paying it forward and giving back, if you would. But well, I'm cold. This jacket ain't cutting it. These chickens are hungry. And I got chicken and dumplings in there waiting on me to knock out this cold, or it's going to be waiting on me here pretty quick. Not store-bought. They'll be homemade. Jordan loves rolling out those homemade dumplings. All right, y'all have a good evening. Be the light. I'm going to have to get before these things eat me alive. I'm not for supper. Y'all have a good week.